Hello, very good morning, my dear netizen students. So get back to MVS Learning Institute. So before we are going to enter this class, I want to convey each and everyone. So these grammar classes are not only useful for the people who are pursuing right from first to intermediate or the other classes. These grammar classes are especially useful for the people, those who are preparing for competitive exams. For instance, the people who are preparing in order to face TET, COM, DSC, SSC exams, bank examinations, and some other competitive exams. So I know the struggle of an aspirant. So I don't want a person to get the same struggle as they are facing the paper. So that's why, my dear aspirants, the people who are preparing for all the competitive exams, so please utilize these classes, and these classes are very useful, and you will come to know later what in English is easy. Because most of the people think that whenever the English examination syllabus is given, they may think immediately English is very easy. But it's not like that. Comprehension, it may be easy, but grammar, not at all easy. Of course it is so easy if you get command. But how will you get the command in grammar? As you are going through grammar thoroughly, then you will get it. So, those who are preparing for competitive examinations, so please subscribe and utilize the grammar classes. So today, let's enter the classes. So yesterday we discussed genitive cases. So genitive case, here one more example. Genitive cases are known as pronouns, particularly possessive cases. See, yesterday I told you this is my book. This is my book, and this book is mine. This book is mine. Am I right? So this is a way of usage. So yesterday we discussed the usage of genitive cases. Okay. So here mine, it is known as an adjective. So possessive adjective. So this is my book. So this is the form of a genitive case. Genitive case plus a noun. But see here another genitive case, mine. It is left freely. This book is mine. But mine is not supposed to follow any other noun. Okay. And with the same example mine, I am going to give different example. See, a friend of mine, a friend of mine told me that the food served at the restaurant is awful. See, come on, let's see this one. So come on, this, and okay, this is one more example. See, come on, this is regarding genitive case. A friend of mine told me that the food served at the restaurant is awful. Is also right. Is also right sentence. It is not at all wrong. So a friend of mine. And like here, a friend of her. A friend of her. So this is not what here. These are known as possessive cases. Also known as pronouns. But regarding my, her, another her, okay, my, her, his, their, what are they? Those are known as possessive cases, but when they are formed along with noun, those are known as possessive adjectives. adjectives or genitive adjectives. But here these are remained as pronouns. Okay. So a friend of mine told me that the food served at restaurant is awful. In place of here, you may write here his. A friend of his told me that. A friend of his told me that the food served at restaurant is awful. I understood. So a friend of his told me that the food served at the restaurant is awful. And you can also write the same sentence when the person is known as is friend. Is friend. What is that? His friend told me that the food served at the restaurant is awful. I understood? I hope you have understood very clearly. See here, a friend of his told me that the food served at the restaurant is awful. But what about the position? See here, the position of the person here, a friend of his. So one of his friends. We don't know here, we don't want to specify. So as you don't want to specify a particular person, then this is a way of usage. A friend of his told me that the food served at the restaurant is awful. A friend of her told me that the food served at the restaurant is awful. A friend of her helped me. A friend of there helped me. A friend of mine helped her. I understood what I said now. A friend of mine helped her. This is a way of usage of genitive cases. Okay. So this is the way. And see, but when do we have to use this kind of sentence? When do we have to use this kind of sentence here? See. See. A friend of his told me that the food served at the restaurant is awful. Here the friend is not specified. One of his friends. But who is that? I don't want to specify. So one of the fellows. But see here, I specified his friend. I know, you know. The person is known to us. The person is known to us who told us that the food served at the restaurant is awful. So as the person is known to us, I specified. So that's why I have used his friend told me that the food served at the restaurant is awful. So what is the difference between his friend? What is the difference between a friend of his? A friend of his is not specified. So one of his friends. Okay. And his friend here, it is particularly specified. A person is known to both. That is you and I. I understood what I said now. So we both know who is the person. So that's why we have mentioned. So as you know the person who has done something, or who informed you something, or who did something, you may specify. As you don't know the person who has done or etc., you can use in the way of the usage. Do you understand? So if you want to specify, then you can follow this sentence, or if you don't want to specify, you can follow this. Okay. So this is the way of usage of genitive cases. Okay. A friend of his told me that the food served at the restaurant is awful, or his friend told me that the food served at the restaurant is awful. Both mean same, but here friend is not specified. Here friend is specified. Here the friend is known to us. Here the friend is not known to us. So this is a way of usage of genitive cases. Okay. So thank you. This is regarding only genitive cases. And see, today I have already informed you that we are going to discuss reflexive pronouns. What is that? Reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns. What are the reflexive pronouns? So we have already discussed if self is added. If self is added to my, our, sorry, if self is added to my, your, him, her, it. If self is added to mine, your, him, her, it, one. And if self is added to our, your, them. Come on, we can form. So if self is added to mine, myself. If self is added to mine, myself. If self is added to your, yourself. Yourself. And if self is added to him, himself. If self is added to her, herself, itself, and oneself. And here it's selves. It's not selves, selves. Sorry, jealous. What is that? Jealous. If jealous is added to our jealous. Ourselves, yourselves. Yourself is used for singular when the person, when you are talking about a person who is in front of you, single. Okay, so yourself is your, you. You is a singular number, you is a plural number. So yourself is used for singular number, yourselves is used for plural number. This is singular number, this is plural number. Okay, and themselves. What is that? Themselves. These are all known as reflexive pronouns. What are they? Reflexive pronouns. But see, what is a reflexive pronoun? The question is risen here. What is a reflexive pronoun? A reflexive pronoun is a word. It is a form of a word. A reflexive pronoun is a form of a word that shows the action of the verb that affects the person who performs the action. See, I understood what I said here. What is a reflexive pronoun? A reflexive pronoun is a word that shows the action of the verb that affects the person who performs the action. Okay, so let us see how it is reflecting on the person by using this reflexive pronoun by going through examples. And see here, he hurt himself. He hurt himself. He hurt himself. See, he hurt himself. What is here? He, it is a pronoun we discussed. It is a hurt verb. Himself is also pronoun, but particularly it is reflexive pronoun. What is that? Reflexive pronoun. So he hurt himself. What is that? He hurt himself. See here, the himself is an object of the verb. This is not subject of the verb. Himself, this is, see, he is the subject of the verb. Himself here is placed as the object of the verb. And see, it refers to the person. Himself is an object of the verb and it refers to the same person or thing which shows what the person has done. Okay, so that's why, so as reflexive pronoun is the object of the verb, then this one is known as a reflexive verb. This is main verb, but what kind of verb can we call? Reflexive verb. Have you understood? So this is the reflexive pronoun, how it is showing the action of the verb that affects the person who performs the action is called reflexive pronoun. Have you understood? So he hurt himself. So himself is himself is the object of the verb. So that's why the verb is known as here reflexive verb. What kind of verb it is? Reflexive verb, and it shows and it reflects the subject he. So what did he do here? He hurt himself. What did he do? He hurt himself. Like see here we can form. Yes, this is pronoun is known as a subject to. It is a nominative case. It is what here? What kind of case here? Subject case is known as nominative case. And here verb. reflexive verb and it is known as reflexive pronoun. Like see here, she hurt herself. She hurt herself. We hurt ourselves. We hurt ourselves. Like one hurt oneself. One hurt oneself. See, this is way of making sentences by using reflexive pronoun. This is the way of usage of reflexive pronouns. So these are all known as, this is a nominative case, this is reflexive pronoun. As it is reflexive pronoun, as it is the objective of verb, so then it is known as reflexive verb, and the rest also like that you can form. So this is the usage of reflexive pronouns. But see here, I would like to tell you one more example. The difference between two sentences. He hurt himself. He hurt himself. He himself cooked it, or he cooked it. He cooked it himself. Have you recognized any difference between the two sentences? He hurt himself and he himself cooked it. See here, my dear ladies and students, he hurt himself. There is no any a particular importance is given. So just it reflects. It reflects. That is nothing but it shows. It refers to the subject how the nominative case is acting. But see, he himself cooked it. It is a difference. It's what here? The difference. So as he himself cooked it here, it is given a special importance. It is given here a special importance, that is called stress. So as the special importance is given here, especially to the particular thing, then it is known as emphasis pronoun. What is that? Emphasis pronoun. So this is called emphatic. Emphatic pronoun. What is that? Emphatic pronoun. See, emphasis. EMPHASIS. It is emphasis. The right pronunciation is emphasis. This is EMPHATAC. It is not emphatic. It is emphatic. So this is emphatic, this is emphasis. Okay. So here see, this is not known as a reflexive pronoun. We know myself, ourselves, yourself, yourselves, himself, herself, itself, oneself, themselves. Those are all known as reflexive pronouns. But in the way of usage, as the reflexive pronoun is used, as it is reflecting on the nominative case, it is remained as a reflexive pronoun. But the same reflexive pronoun is given a particular importance. The same reflexive pronoun is given a particular importance to the thing is called emphatic pronoun. What is that? Emphatic pronoun. So these kind of words are known as compound words. I have already told you, if the self is added to my, our, your, him, her, it, them, one, then it is known as, so self plus if the self is added to my, what will be happen? If the self is added to my, so it is nothing but my plus self is called myself. So like him plus self is called himself. How many words here? This is one word, this is one word. So this is formed two words. So two words is nothing but if the word is formed by two is called a compound word. What is that? Compound. What is a compound word? The formation of two words. A formation of two words is called a compound word. So these are all nothing but this myself, himself, myself, ourselves, yourself, himself, herself, itself, themselves. These are all known as compound. These are all known as compound pronouns. These are all known as compound pronouns. So these are all compound pronouns are known as this compound pronoun, that is as himself or any other reflexive pronoun is showing its reflect the action of the verb that affects the person who is performing the action is remained as reflexive pronoun. But if the same compound pronoun is known as reflexive pronoun, given a particular importance to a particular thing, is known as emphasis pronoun. Therefore, it is called emphatic pronoun. Have you understood? So, what is the difference between reflexive pronoun and emphatic pronoun? So, there is a slight difference between reflexive pronoun, emphatic pronoun. So, let's find out what are the reflexive pronouns, what are the emphatic pronouns. See here, she sings herself. She sings herself. Next. I saw him do it. I myself saw him do it. I myself saw him do it. He did it himself. He did it himself. They fight. They fight themselves. Okay. So here, see. Find out what are the reflexive pronouns, what are the emphatic pronouns. She sings herself, it shows the reflection on the subject, and that to see it is an object of the verb, so it is known as reflexive pronoun. I myself saw him do it. What is that? I myself saw him do it. So it is given a special importance. It is given a special importance as what he did it, I saw. So that's why I myself saw him do it. I myself saw him do it. So that's why this is what it is given a special importance. So that's why. Or I myself saw him doing it. I myself saw him doing it. See, I myself saw him doing it. So I myself saw him doing it. So here myself is given a particular importance. So what he was doing, I saw. I myself saw. So here a stress is given, a force. A kind of force is used. So this is a special focus. This is a special importance. So if the reflexive pronoun is given a special importance to the thing, to a particular thing, is called emphatic pronoun. So here he did it himself. It is also he did it himself. Yes. Who did it? Yes, he is saying that yes, he did it himself. So I did it myself. Who has done this? Or who did it? I did it myself. Who cooked this food? I myself cooked it. Sorry, I myself cooked it. I myself cooked it. Or I cooked it myself. So we are emphasizing. What is that? Emphasizing. So it shows my emphasis, importance. Okay, I cooked it myself. Who has done this work? I have done this work myself. So myself, as you are using, we are giving emphasis on what you did. On what you did. So this is called emphatic pronoun. Sorry, emphatic pronouns. What is that? Emphatic pronouns. Okay, are emphasis pronouns. So he did it himself. And like I questioned you already, yes, who has done this work? I have done it myself. Or I myself have done it. We can use two ways. I myself have done it. See, I myself did it. Or, sorry, I myself did it. Or I did it myself. Both are right because what is given importance, it is given importance. So this is emphatic pronoun, and they fight themselves, and again it reflects nominative case, and it is the object of the verb, and again it is known as reflexive pronoun. So this is the slight difference between reflexive pronouns and emphatic pronouns. Okay, but anyhow, we have learned today itself what are the reflexive pronouns. So we have learned personal pronouns completely. So what are the personal pronouns? There are 4 kinds. What are they? Nominative cases. So that is nominative pronouns, accusative pronouns, genitive pronouns, reflexive pronouns in accordance with the positions. But generally we have only 3 kinds of persons: first person, second persons, third persons. So this is the detailed information of pronouns and its usage. Thank you. In next class we are going to discuss the second pronoun, demonstrative pronouns. What are they? Demonstrative pronouns. So let us discuss. Please subscribe our channel as MBS Learning Institute. So keep watching till I will come back. Thank you.